things you can get away with in this world and there are things you can't.
Galen said it's been here a while. He thinks the last flood did it. There it is.
Who else knows about this?
It's me and Galen.
Good. This boat's ours. Someone's here.
What?
Someone's living in our boat.
I don't think it made it any easier or any harder. It was, obviously I was more interested and curious as to why was it written for me and what can I take from that to learn about myself and what can I take about that to lend to the character. I don't think it made it easier or harder. I didn't really think about it too much. I liked the character whether it was written for me or not. And I still haven't asked the director why it was written for me, but I'm glad it was because it's a great character, yeah. I don't know if it made it easier. Probably did. But I've always gotten along well with young men, young women, kids. I've always gotten along well with them. I think they like that I don't talk down to them. I like the proverbial kneel down to talk in their eyes. You know, I find that kids are more with it than we actually sometimes give them credit. Even my children. We had a great time. Obviously working, but even on some of the weekends, I remember there was a couple of nights they stayed and camped out with me and my family. You know, and I was kind of like the elder statesman on the set. And it's just been neat to be, you know, it reminds me that I've been doing this for over 20 years now. And also I'm like, oh yeah, I'm kind of I'm the experienced one here on the set. I feel like the youngest one, but I've actually got the most experience. So they took my son fishing on the river. They hiked around with him. They're two excellent young men. They're really good human beings and good young men. And their parents are good parents too.
You know that guy?
I've never seen him before.
What'd you say, boys?
You got crosses in your heels.
Nails, shaped like crosses.
What for?
Ward off evil spirits. I'm waiting on my girlfriend. She got these birds tattooed on her hands here. Nightingale. Good luck, birds.
I just can't spend the rest of my life running away with him.
She don't care about nobody but herself. Are you stuck off in that island because of her?
Ma'am, have you seen this man?
No, sir.
Son, have you?
What'd he do?
This river brings a lot of trash down it. You gotta know what's worth keeping and what's worth letting go.
No. We'll cross, and when we do, I always get asked that question, advice, or when we were having children, it was always asked, who's giving you advice? I will say this, one of the things that is a pain when you're expecting children is how much advice unsolicited people give to you when you're not asking for it. So I'm not gonna give anybody advice unless they ask for it, because I can give you quite a few shortcuts if you're asking. And plus, everyone needs to be initiated with that first one, where you do 10 times more stuff than you need to. Then you learn on the second and third, oh, okay, didn't need to do that. Filmed in the state of Arkansas, and I've never really spent that much time in Arkansas. Arkansas is called the natural state, and you see why. It's really beautiful naturally. We're on the Mississippi River. I camped out with my family in my trailer on the Mississippi River on 10,000 acres, where the only neighbors we would get were these 2 donkeys that would come by because they knew we had food, and these ferries and tugboats that would be going from New Orleans, Louisiana to St. Louis, Missouri through the night. So you'd see a light coming up, slowly chugging upriver. And that's, to live like that out in the middle of nature with it that quiet, was wonderful. My whole family enjoyed it.
I'm gonna try getting this boat in the water. It's my best shot.
I made a list of things we're gonna need.
You boys need to watch yourself. What Mud's into is something you don't want to be involved in.
I got a lot of folks looking for me.
Keep lying! You hear me, trash? Where is it?
He's not dangerous.
Sounds like a state troopers think different.
We're gonna pray for the death of the man who killed my son.
Y'all been good to me. You're the only friends I got out here.
You did it for her? Protect her?
Don't expect any help from me.
We got too much riding on this.
You know you don't know him, right?
What have you been doing?
Everything you told me was a lie!